Hey y'all. So I have worked in the digital marketing space for about 5 years now. That has included email marketing and trying to optimize to ensure that my emails do not get delivered straight to the spam folder. So if you're noticing that all of your email marketing efforts are for naught and all of your emails are getting sent to your recipient's spam folder, then you came to the right place. Here are some tips and tricks that I have learned along the way will help your emails get sent right to the inbox and bypass that spam filter. Just for kind of a brief overview of what you're going to want to do, the TLDR, if you will, you're going to want to do a few things. You're going to want to set up an SPF, DKIM, and DMARC for authentication. You're going to want to regularly clean your email list to remove inactive subscribers. Test deliverability with tools like GlockApps or MailTester before sending emails. Use InboxAlly to train inbox providers and improve placement. And experiment with A/B testing to optimize subject lines and content. So let's dive into each of those a little bit deeper. First, you're going to want to authenticate your email domain. Hopefully you've already done this, but if you haven't, you're going to want to do that now. So SPF, which defines which servers can send emails on your behalf. DKIM, which adds digital signature to verify the message wasn't altered. And DMARC, which tells email providers how to handle messages that fail SPF or DKIM checks, are a few security measures that verify your emails are actually coming from you and not spammers. This makes your messages reach inbox instead of those spam filters. To set up SPF, you're just going to need to log into your domain provider, GoDaddy, Cloudflare, Namecheap, whatever. Go to the DNS settings section, add a new TXT record, and enter the SPF details provided by your email service like Google Workspace or Mailgun or SendGrid, whatever you're using. Save the changes and wait for them to update. This can take up to 48 hours. Usually doesn't, but it can. And use an online SPF checker to confirm that everything is working correctly. To set up DKIM, you're going to want to check your email provider settings for DKIM setup option. Generate the necessary DKIM records. Your provider is going to give you the details on these, don't worry. Add the DKIM information to your domain's DNS records by creating a new TXT record. You're going to want to save the changes and allow some time for propagation. And then verify your DKIM is working by using an online DKIM testing tool. There are a bunch of those out there. If you want to set up DMARC, you're going to want to first create a new TXT record in your DNS settings. Enter the DMARC policy details, including an email address where those reports can be sent. Start with a relaxed policy to monitor results before you start enforcing those stricter rules. You're going to want to save and allow time for the settings to take effect. And just like with the others, you can use the DMARC monitoring tool to track email authentication results and adjust as you need. Beyond these basics, there are also some new authentication trends I'm noticing popping up, like BIMI, which adds brand logos to emails for credibility. That's a pretty cool little thing. And TLS encryption, which secures email transmission. These are some great extra steps if you want to take it beyond the basics. Next, you're going to want to send up a proper sending infrastructure based on your business's goals and your setup. So you're going to want to choose between a shared or dedicated IP, depending on how many emails you are sending. Shared IPs are managed by providers, and they work really well for businesses that don't send too many emails. If you do want to kind of, go full throttle on the email marketing, you're going to want a dedicated IP because this will give you more control. Now, for this, you are going to have to take an extra step to protect your reputation, but it's definitely worth it. Now, if you do choose a dedicated IP or a new domain, you're going to want to warm it up gradually by slowly increasing the volume of emails you're sending to help avoid those spam filters. You can't come out swinging, sending 1 million emails a day on a brand new domain or a dedicated IP because it's going to freak the spam filters out. Setting up reverse DNS, PTR records, and custom return paths is another way that you can improve deliverability, because this makes sure that mail servers recognize and trust your sending domain. Next, you are going to want to avoid spam trigger words. So spam filters have evolved beyond flagging certain words, but using these overly promotional or, misleading phrases can still hurt your chances of being marked as spam. There are some AI-based filters that analyze overall email context, engagement rates, and sending reputation. So they are going to be flagging your content for multiple things. And they've gotten a little bit smarter as time has gone on. Here are some trigger words that you can avoid. So things like, these are pretty obvious: free money, risk-free, act now, congratulations, you've won, exclusive deal, double your income, or 100% guarantee. You're not going to want to put those in the subject line or hopefully anywhere in the email. Here are a few things that you can use instead that will not trigger those spam filters. Phrases like no cost trial, hassle-free experience, limited time offer, here's a special gift for you, insider access, boost your earnings, and satisfaction promise are worded just a little bit differently, but I promise that makes all the difference in the world to those spam filters. You should really focus on clear, relevant subject lines and avoid anything crazy like a bunch of capitalization or emojis or super urgent language that feels pushy and salesy and annoying, because the spam filters are going to flag you every time. Next, you're going to want to maintain a clean email list without, and this is important, losing your good subscribers. So old or inactive emails can hurt your sender reputation. You're going to want to keep that email list healthy. You can do this easily by using tools like ZeroBounce or NeverBounce to remove any bounced, unengaged, or invalid fake email addresses. Try to clean your list every few months, and try a re-engagement campaign if you've noticed some inactive subscribers before you just cut them off completely. Next, you're going to want to monitor your sender reputation and improve it as soon as you can. Your sender score is another important piece. It's influenced by factors like bounce rates, engagement, and your sending consistency. So you can do this pretty easily by tracking your reputation with some tools like Google Postmaster or Talos or Sender Score. This can help you avoid issues. If your sender reputation does take a hit, great news, you can recover by warming up that IP, reducing your send volume, just kind of taking the pressure off, improving engagement, and cleaning up that email list of inactive subscribers to rebuild your trust and your sender reputation with those email providers. Next, you're going to want to improve engagement. So low open and click rates tell spam filters that people don't want your emails and that they are not engaging or interesting, which hurts your deliverability. Use things like personalization and segmentation, tailoring your content based on your subscriber behavior or their interests to make those emails more relevant and encourage more interaction with them. You'll also need to find your right send frequency. Emailing too often is annoying, and too few emails can lead to disengagement. So you're going to have to find that sweet spot by testing different rhythms and then adjusting based on your findings and how often people are engaging with your content. Next, you're going to want to avoid high spam complaint rates. These are often triggered by things like irrelevant content or too many emails or a hidden unsubscribe option. So make that unsubscribe option clear. And another thing that you can do is offer a preference center where they can adjust their email volume based on their interests or how often they want to receive emails so that you can keep them engaged without swamping their inbox. Now you're going to want to optimize your email formatting and code. So poorly coded emails that have broken HTML, excessive code, or things like missing alt text for images can also trigger those spam filters. Plain text emails can feel more personal, but actually well-structured HTML emails perform better when they are optimized correctly. So you're going to want to use a balanced text-to-image ratio. I like to kind of go off the rule of 60% text to 40% imagery. If that sounds like a lot of imagery, I know, but I promise The spam filters love it for some reason. You're going to want to avoid packing in those links and make sure that your CTAs are clear and trustworthy and not shady to improve deliverability. Now, you're going to want to ensure proper inbox placement with testing and monitoring. You should be testing your deliverability before you even send. Now, this is not as hard as it sounds. You can use tools like GlockApps or MailTester to help check where those emails are going to go. And setting up seed lists lets you see if your emails land in the inbox, promotions, or spam filters that you can optimize before you even hit send. A/B testing different subject lines, sender names, and content formats over time can help you optimize deliverability even more and avoid you getting hit with those spam filters before you even hit send. Now, a little bonus. Here are some deliverability tactics that your competitors are not using that you can. First is going to be leverage engagement-based filtering. So email providers prefer senders with high engagement. Focus on increasing open and click rates by sending relevant, important, personalized content to the right audience. Next, you're going to want to warm up your domain before large campaigns. So increasing your email send volume gradually instead of going full throttle all at once can help you establish a good sender reputation and prevent those emails from being flagged as spam. Now, my personal favorite tip, using InboxAlly can help you improve deliverability. It actually helps train inbox providers to recognize your emails as valuable by organically boosting engagement signals, including things like opens and clicks, which help improve your overall inbox placement over time. Love that. Next, you can monitor and adjust based on performance. So you're going to want to pay attention, track your deliverability metrics, guys, like inbox placement, spam complaints, and engagement rates, so that you can tweak your strategy and make future email campaigns better over time. Last but not least, learn from real-world case studies. So businesses that recover from always getting sent to spam focus on better segmentation, authentication, SPF, DKIM, DMARC, we covered those earlier, and engagement-driven strategies to improve their email deliverability. So you need to remember that improving email deliverability requires work. It takes you being proactive and following steps like authentication, engagement, and smart, intentional sending strategies. But even the smallest changes can make a huge difference. So if you focus on best practices like warming up your domain, using authentication protocols, and leveraging tools like InboxAlly, you can boost inbox placement and keep your emails where they need to be, which is in the inbox and not in spam. Let me know what you guys think. Are there any tips that you would add to this list? And enjoy your improved deliverability. Have a good one.